do I close my chat? Okay. This meeting is being recorded. Oh, come on. There. Okay, I'm going to take attendance. Tyler's here, Capola's here, Tracy's here, Emily's here, Dave is not here, Robin is here, Isla is not here, maybe yet, and Pam is here, and Richie's here. And I think that's it.
And
And
Carla and Lorraine.
Lori is here as a guest.
And Laurie is about to be here on a phone. Okay. Additions or questions concerning the agenda?
I will, for those who did not receive the updated agenda, because I did not send it out to everybody besides the library board, there were 2 additions made to new business. So there should be an A, B, C, D, and E. D is going to be the 2022-23 chair and co-chair. And E is going to be the Willamina School District Library Board position.
Can you say again that last portion about the school district?
Confirming the Willamina School District Library Board position.
So do we have any additions or questions concerning that? Anybody? Nope. Okay, moving on to the next. Approval of meeting notes from April. Does anyone have any questions or need to have a discussion about that? Okay, do we have a motion to accept it?
I'll motion to accept the meetings from our last meeting, or accept the notes from last meeting.
I second.
Second.
Okay,
Whoop. Too late.
okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the meetings from April. Thank you very much. And thank you again for everybody making the quorum. Hey, high five. Next, reports from the library director, Sarah Frost. She has 2 items,
I do.
I believe.
Thank you. So I wanted to give a quick update on the 2 teen positions that we were hiring for. We interviewed on Sunday, and Capola assisted me with those interviews. And we also offered an opportunity to one of our high-performing teen volunteers, Ripley, who's been volunteering with me since her freshman year, and she's a graduating senior this year. She's going to be studying and going to college for business, and she's been doing a lot of our marketing, and she's just absolutely wonderful. And I gave her the opportunity to actually be a part of the interview committee and forum because she wasn't able to apply and be a part of the process in that way, and I wanted to give her an opportunity to have some learning from it as well. And she obliged and she participated, and she exceeded my expectations, as she always does. And we've made 2 job offers. So we offered to our intern, Mac, who has been a volunteer here for a while now, since before COVID, actually, and has been very involved and engaged with youth programming, and is actually for school. They needed to do some job shadowing, and this month they already had on their schedule to do a job shadow with me this week and next week, and they are interested in library services as a whole. So Mac will be joining us in June, and then Sydney will be joining us as our summer library assistant. And this is her first job, as that was the terms of the grant. And she's been helping with the after-school programs up at the elementary school. So again, she's very involved with students. And I think both teams are just going to do a phenomenal job here. And their first date will be June 5th. It's a Sunday, and they will be getting new hire paperwork, orientation, and training that day. Questions? And apologies, I see in the chat, apparently I am breaking up. I apologize. Were you guys able to catch most of what I was sharing?
Yeah, it sounded good on my end.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions about our teams who are joining us here at the library? I hope you all get a chance to meet them, yeah, they'll be here through August. So there hopefully will be some opportunities for you guys to have a chance to engage with them. So.
Are they still in high school or did they graduate?
Sydney is, so she's going into her junior year, and Mac is graduating a year ahead of schedule. So yeah, so they're wonderful teens. Sydney is a young incoming junior, so a high performer, and Max graduating a year early. So we got pretty fortunate. We had some phenomenal interviews. I was even talking to somebody. I have interviewed a lot of different positions in my years, from entry level all the way up through executive directors. And these teens did a phenomenal job. And in fact, we had another teen who, if we had had a third job opportunity, I would have offered to them as well. So I've already reached out to that person and gave her the feedback on her interview, and told her if I had another job, I will make sure to let her know. So very amazing applicant pool for these two positions. So we should be proud of our local teams. So. Any other questions? Then that is my very short report for you, because I have more to talk about later on. So.
Okay, moving right along. Any library board member reports? Evidently not.
I'll report some.
Unfinished business. Fine tree. Great. Go ahead, Capola.
Okay, thank you. I see it is on the agenda, but I just wanted to remind everyone that the reboot of the fundraising committee is coming up, and our first meeting will be this Sunday at 2 p.m. I thank you very much for the approval to move funds into the city reserve account. That's going to make things a lot easier for us to manage. And we got the youth wage grant, but I also wanted to thank you for the approval for the backup, just in case we didn't. So that's all from the fundraising land, and I'll have a report for you after our first meeting. Thanks.
What time is the meeting on Sunday?
2 p.m.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Capola. Great to hear that. Okay, can we move on to the Fine Tree recommendations by Tyler?
Yes, has anyone had a chance to read the document I sent out? I got notes from Capola and Will. And if that looks good to everybody, I think we need to vote to sort of accept it to be the document that we send to City Council to go along with Sarah's presentation. Is there any discussion we want to have about it before we do that?
And I relinked the document in the chat if anybody needs to pull up the document again.
And thank you so much for all the feedback, Capola. The little notes you sent me were fantastic. I didn't find them nitpicky whatsoever,
Okay, thank you.
but they were awesome.
Okay. Are we going to vote on that now then?
So, sorry.
I was just-
I was gonna say, we just need, so the committee puts forward the motion. So we need a second on the motion of the committee before we can vote. If any other board members would make that second.
I'll second.
I'll second it.
Splendid. So let's take a vote. All in favor? Excuse me?
Oh, I was voting yes. I was getting too excited to vote yes for it, so I was jumping ahead.
Okay, all in favor, raise your hands.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
everybody. I think it's a nice little explanation for why we should take the library fine free. And so the next step, I guess, for this is at the next city council meeting, Sarah will make the presentation, and anyone from library board who can be there to help support it can be there. And what day again is that, Sarah?
It is the second Tuesday in June, June 14th. And I do have under new business, when I talk about the June library board meeting, I will be talking more about potential attendance at that meeting in lieu of a library board meeting. So more to come in just a few minutes. So.
Okay, so that passed. Thank you very much, everyone, again. New business, city manager resignation, organizational structure. Sarah Frost is going to be covering that.
So as most of you know, but not all who are necessarily on right now. So Kenna has accepted a position with the City of Independence, and her last day will be Friday, June 10th. And I have accepted the interim city manager position as just a very temporary gig to sit in and just help ensure that the city has a nice, smooth, successful transition during this time of recruitment of a new city manager. So I have been actually already sitting in on both my library director duties and also learning some parts of the job with Kenna as well. I attended the city council meeting this month when a lot of this business was taken care of. And I've had some other meetings I've sat in on, so I'm kind of dual scheduled right at the moment. I've been able to give Richie and Carla both additional hours, of course, to support this, and Carla has accepted to step into an interim library director position while I am away. So thank you, Carla. And so she'll have more oversight of the library over the next 4 to 6 months. I've asked that it doesn't go longer than 6 months if it doesn't have to. But recruitment of positions like this can sometimes be challenging, and we will be starting work on that as early as tomorrow. Actually, I've got a meeting to go sit in on. So, Richie is taking on some, Richie, did you like how I said your name? We'll be taking on some extra responsibilities as well. So instead of just youth services, he's been filling in at the circulation desk as well. We will have our teen library summer assistant who will be coming in working part-time and will help Carla cover the front desk. That's where their primary duties will be. The intern position is still an educational opportunity. It is not meant to be a here, do this particular job. It's to learn all aspects of the library. So that person will still be learning and helping in areas with Carla, with Richie, and also still with myself, and I'll still be involved in the internship position. And that's the news. And I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions you might have about it or have any discussion. I feel 150% confident in all of the transition, although I absolutely hate that we're losing Kenna. I would not have been able to say yes if I didn't have the phenomenal staff and support of the library that we do have here. And also the staff is fully on board with this transition as well, which helps to make it really easy too, as far as city administration goes. Questions?
Yeah, I'll have one.
Yes.
What's the timeline for recruiting and interviewing a new city manager?
I'll have more information after a work session meeting I'll be sitting in on tomorrow afternoon. So it is a pretty lengthy process because they will also be working with city council as well. So it's a lot of schedule coordination. And then of course the recruitment process. I've been told that I shouldn't expect to be back any sooner than 4 months. And then again, like I said, I've asked if possible that it doesn't go any longer than 6 months. So that's as much as I know right now. So. Any other questions? Okay, well, I guess I just thank you guys for all of your amazing work with the library board. We've had a very successful library board year, especially with coming back into in-person type events and programmings and meetings, and with all the work on the library board charter, and then taking the fine free to city council next month. We've done a lot. We've done a lot this year, so thank you. And I'm not far. I'm just across the street, and you'll be in wonderful hands with Carla. And I've already told Carla if she needs me for anything that I'd be over in a heartbeat, as long as I wasn't in another meeting, which I have a lot of those. So, all right. Well, thanks, guys.
Well, good luck too.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Can you still bring Grace to work with you?
She, if there's a day that I can be in an office, she may find herself occasionally, but she'll be spending a lot more time with my mom and dad here in Willamina. So it was a group effort before I even said yes. I talked to my other half and my parents to make sure I had good family support behind me. And then I discussed it with Carla. and told Carla I was going to say yes, so I really didn't give her an option. But I made sure that all the ducks were in a row and that I was going to be set up for success before I accepted, so.
Well, I wanted to say really quick, thank you to Carla for stepping up and doing that. That's really, really helpful and great.
Of
Thanks.
course.
Absolutely.
I did want to say, I actually said no when Sarah asked.
Really?
Here we are.
And then she put the screws on you, right? She's
Yeah.
like,
Sorry, I said yes pretty quick then.
Okay, I guess we're moving on to the next
I
topic.
think Isla's talking, but I can't hear her very well.
No, I'm not talking.
Oh. All right, I'm hearing ghost voices.
Oh, is she unmuted? Oh. So yes, so the June library
That's in the
board.
corner of the library.
It's possible. It's possible. So the June library board meeting change, I have 2 requests. I had asked the fine-free committee if they would consider being present at the library board or at the city council meeting next month to support the fine-free document going before the city council. And they seemed to be in favor of doing so. The city council meeting is also a hybrid meeting. It's done in person and also via a Zoom link, just like ours is. So I would like to request, based on the fact that we have transition happening right now, and we'll be going into our normal summer recess, which is July and August, if the library board would consider instead attending, if you can, the city council meeting on the 2nd Tuesday at 6 p.m. To support the fine-free document that would go before city council. And that would be in lieu of the 3rd Tuesday meeting, which is typically the library board. And this goes along with C. And if you agree to that, if you will be ready to recess for the summer, and that would support, again, that transition piece and Carla, and then depending on where we're at in the transition come September, it would be either myself or Carla setting up the fall meeting in the new library board year. So that is my ask of the library board, so I'll let you guys discuss.
Will, do we have to vote on this or?
That's what I'm just thinking. Sarah, do we
Yeah,
have
I
to
mean,
vote
I'm all-
on this?
I'm all for it. That's fine with me, but
I don't think this is something that, from years past when we've recessed for the summer or have decided to cancel a meeting, we have not voted on it before, so.
okay.
I remember that. That's true.
Fine with
So-
me.
That's,
Yep, I would like to go.
do we have,
Should
Who
we
was
just go
saying
ahead? Should we do a round table and just give everybody an opportunity to say that that's fine with them, and I can call everybody based on what I have on my screen? Is that okay, Will?
sure.
Okay.
If you can see everybody,
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and I'll start with the first person on my screen, which is Will.
thumbs up.
Tyler?
Yeah, that sounds fine to me. I think that the only outstanding thing we really have going on is the fundraising thing, right? And that, so basically that wouldn't get reported back until after we come back from the recess, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that out loud, but that sounds totally fine to me.
Okay. Tracy?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Robin?
Sure, that sounds fine.
Okay. Emily?
Yeah, I think we should go and support this, so we'll be there.
Okay, Paula?
I will be there in person and good with the recess.
All right, then all the ayes have it. So the library board will recess for the summer, and I will make sure that once the city council information is available, I will make sure that the library board gets the Zoom link as well for those who would wish to join that way. Thank you, you guys. That makes that part easy. So since we're recessing, that means our typical order of business in the month of June is to designate a new chair and co-chair position to begin in the fall. So Will was the chair for this library board year, and Tyler was the co-chair this year. So for next year, I will let you discuss amongst yourselves as to who would like to take on the chair and co-chair roles.
Well, it seems logical that the co-chair should step up and be chair.
Yeah, I was
Pointing
going
at
to say,
you.
I'm incredibly happy to remain co-chair, but I don't know if I actually will have time to chair the meetings next year.
Just do a mediocre job,
If it's reassuring at all to anybody, it's a relatively easy gig. I feel like, maybe I'm wrong, and Will can correct me if I'm wrong. And if Dave was here, he could correct me too from his years past of doing it. But luckily, you have the library staff who heavily is in charge of ensuring the meetings get done, the meeting minutes get done, that whatever topics that need to come up. I will say it's probably going to be a relatively easy beginning to the year next year, just because we will be working on sustaining until the transitions can kind of roll back into place. We will not be adding any new projects to our plate until I've returned from the interim city manager role. So I'm fun to work with too, I promise.
Well,
what do you think, Tyler? Does that make it? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm poking you.
Yeah, no, I'll do it.
Does that make it seem?
I'll do it if everyone
reasonable?
thinks I should.
Oh, everyone thinks you should, don't we?
Who's
Don't we all
gonna
think you should?
co-chair, do you think?
Well, it makes sense
Last
for
year,
Will
all I
to
did was-
step back and co-chair.
A part of this, but no.
I agree.
Both got this.
My last year, I just felt it was my turn. That was all. And Sarah's agenda, by the way, lays it all out. She has an excellent agenda writing theme going. She writes everything down. And I use a pen to use my check mark to say, okay, we've done this, we've done that. And if I do that, everything falls right into place, along with me not being on mute. But anyway, so Tyler's volunteering to be chair.
Yep.
And
All right.
Tracy is, I guess he's nominating me to be vice chair, and I'll go along with that
Oh,
for 1
well,
year.
Damn, I got away with that, huh?
Yeah, I can't believe
Cool.
that I didn't just make you be co-chair, Tracy.
Oh, well, I'm sure it might happen someday, but
Well, I'll put it on my
if Will
calendar.
can do it, that'd be great.
Bully you tomorrow, next year.
This thing is putting this on his calendar.
So do I hear
Okay,
that we have Tyler as chair and will step down and back into the co-chair role? Is that what I'm hearing?
Do we need to vote on that, or do we vote on that when we come back?
If we don't need to vote on it, but if we just all want to give a thumbs up if everybody is in favor in that, because I want to make sure everybody's opinion is heard. All right, well, it looks like everybody's in favor of that, so be it. It is documented. So, and then I just wanted to remind the library board that giving a board position to the Willamina School District was kind of a trial run this year, and that board position was actually scheduled to come to an end at the end of this year. So that position would start a new term in September. And I talked with Robin, and Robin agreed that she's still very interested in continuing this process and learning and keeping our relationship alive with the school district. So as long as she hasn't changed her mind since we talked last, I just need to make sure that the library board would still like to hold that board position for the school district to have a representative sit in on. And I would just be open to any discussion, but if you're all okay with that, then everything's already done.
Oh, absolutely.
Thumbs up again, I
yes,
guess.
definitely.
Do we thumbs up again?
Thumbs
All
up.
right.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, good. Robin.
I should say thank you
Thank
for
you
having
very
me.
much, Robin.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, that covers the new business, I believe. Does anyone else have any new business? Not right now. Public input. I see that Isla is messaging us about the school rep, but I didn't see what she said.
Oh, that was, it ended up being Laria. So for those of you who don't see the chat, thank you, Will, for reminding that I've got to stay on top of that. Laria wanted to share that I'm not on the board, but the school rep connection is excellent. Thanks all. So thank you, Laria. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, announcements from the calendar. On 5/22 at 12 p.m., the volunteer orientation registration is required. On the same day, at 2 p.m., the fundraising committee meeting. Does anyone have any questions about the volunteer orientation registration or the fundraising committee meeting? Nope, moving right along. Oh, the book bike, it reminds me I've got to send a picture to Sarah. The book bike is going to be at the food pantry from 4 to 6 p.m. on the following dates: 5:25, 6:15, 7:20, 8:17, and 9:14, and it'll probably be raining then. Anyway, anyone have any questions on that?
No questions, but Will, I did just want to add, if I may, thank you to Richie, who's taking over the book bike program for me for the next several months. So if helping with the book bike is something any of you are passionate about, we will gladly accept any assistance. This is a program that the intern will be a part of, as it will be part of an outreach learning opportunity for them. So it'll be Richie and Mac at the food pantry on those dates. And for the May event, it will be a focus on inviting families and youth to participate in the summer reading program and inviting them to the library and getting free books into the hands of the kiddos. So yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, do we have any more general questions or feedback? Evidently not. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
Okay, meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, everybody. As always, I'll stick around afterwards in case anybody wants to chat, but we are adjourned at 6:38 p.m. after a very full agenda, I might add. So well done, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
See you, everybody.
Thank you.